Hello, my name is Barry Welsh, and the story I have chosen to talk about for the Literature Translation Institute of Korea's video review contest is Kim In-suk's short story, Sea and Butterfly. Kim In-suk is a fascinating writer. She was born in 1963, made her literary debut at the tender age of 20, and like her contemporary Shin Kyung-suk and Gong Ji-young, she is regarded as being part of the 386 generation. She has lived in Australia and China, and both places have exerted an influence over her work, as we shall see. One of the reasons I was so excited to delve into Sea and Butterfly was that I had read and greatly enjoyed two of her previously translated stories. Her short novel, The Long Road, tells the story of three Korean expats struggling with ennui and alienation in Australia. The short story Ab is a dark, twisted, and finally disturbing tale of a middle-aged man jaded by his pursuit of career success. Both these stories have rich thematic parallels and intersections with Sea and Butterfly. I will argue here that Kim In-suk's Sea and Butterfly is a deep, complex, and compellingly nuanced tale about the dissatisfactions of life. I will also suggest that it presents a profoundly bleak view of marriage and Korean culture in general. Sea and Butterfly tells the story of an unnamed Korean woman who has moved to China so that, she says, her young daughter can study and become a global citizen. In truth, however, she later admits she is attempting to make what she calls a great escape from her life in Korea, in particular her husband, with whom she has separated. Her husband has become a stranger to her, and full of resentment, she goes to China in search of a stage where there was no part for a husband or father. China, however, does not feel like freedom. The woman is both alienated and intimidated by the very furniture in her rented apartment. She feels as if an invisible hand is pushing her away. With her daughter at boarding school, her only companion is a young Korean-Chinese woman called Chae-gum, who is planning to leave for Korea to enter into an arranged marriage with a much older man. The woman becomes fascinated by Chae-gum, but in particular with Chae-gum's half-blind father. Chae-gum's father claims to have gone blind in one eye when, as a child, he witnessed an execution by firing squad. He claims the blind eye is filled with the dead man's soul. The story of the firing squad, which is embedded in the narrative of Sea and Butterfly, appeals to the woman's morbid sense of curiosity. It invades her dreams, where the man being executed is her husband, and becomes increasingly central to the thematic resolution of the story. Sea and Butterfly resists easy interpretation. At times the woman and the story itself are gripped by morbid, ghostly fantasies. At other times, feverish dreams of escape and transcendence, hinted at by the title, prevail. Rich in imagery and symbolism, Sea and Butterfly consists of intricately interwoven thematic threads, language, escape, immigrant aspiration, and ultimately comments on the seemingly illusory, intangible nature of true happiness. I recommend you read this rich and rewarding story.